always going to go there to give that leverage support.
So Heineman takes the snap, handoff once again to Wallace. He's met by a group of defensive linemen from Harding Academy, and that's going to bring him up just about 1 yard short of the first down, so third down for the View.
And I think that's the recipe tonight. When you get a lot of defensive players on the line of scrimmage, if you can get that initial line blocked, there's not a lot on the second level because everybody's at the line of scrimmage, and Valley View's showing that right now. Now they're 3rd and 1, and they're coming up with that nasty package.
So Mallett takes the snap, runs towards the right side, makes a defender miss. He's going to be near the 20. We'll see if they give him a favorable spot, but most likely it's going to be 4th and a couple feet for Valley View.
You know, he makes one man miss right there, but they were able to get to the line of scrimmage and force a 4th down.
So they'll keep Mallett and the nasty package out on the field. About a yard to go here on 4th down.
And you can see, look at Harding Academy's defense. They're all in a wad kind of in the middle of the field.
Mallett takes it, and he's going to have – they're going to say down inside the 1, I believe.
They're going to say he's down at the 1. And one thing you can do on a defense that stems and moves around a lot is do what Coach Riley's doing right here and hurry up. That limits the calls you're going to get from the sideline and forces them to play something vanilla.
So Mallett stays in at quarterback and gets into the end zone, and that's going to be the Blazers' first touchdown of the night, courtesy of the Barrett Mallett quarterback run. Blazers score first with a 9:07 remaining here in the first quarter as Troy Dale walks out to the field to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, and I like that by the Valley View offense and Coach Riley calling the plays. They hurry up right there, force Harding Academy to line up in something without a lot of stemming, a lot of movement, and get the ball in the end zone.
Now Troy Dale, the PAT is good through the upright, so Valley View leads Harding Academy 7-0 with 9:07 remaining in the first. We'll take a quick time.
Prestige Plumbing offers a wide range of residential and commercial services to meet every customer's needs. Whether it be new construction or a remodel, Prestige Plumbing is fast and efficient with the best quality service for their customers. From water leaks to slab leaks to new sewer lines or handicap showers, Prestige Plumbing should be your first call for all your plumbing needs.
Be sure to watch the NEA Sports Network as we bring you live coverage this football season. From week 0 to the playoffs, we bring you rivalries and great matchups to go along with championship coverage. Be sure to watch each game at the NEA Sports Facebook page or the NEA Sports YouTube page. NEA Sports, putting Northeast Arkansas student athletes first.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
The NEA Sports Network, and a little recap of last drive. Blazers didn't have to put it in the air once to use the passing game, and a bunch of runs by Carter Wallace, Heineman, and then Mallett, the sophomore, to finish things off and get the Blazers into the end zone. But that kickoff from Troy Dale is going to go out of bounds and give Harding Academy yet once again good field position.
Yeah, and, sometimes directional kicking, limits the place where the ball can splash down, and that time it goes out of bounds and gives Harding Academy, like you said, good field position again.
Harding Academy started on their first drive with great field position, but then that bobble pass intercepted and taken advantage of by that Blazer defensive back, Rylan Ramsey. But we'll see if Harding Academy can put together a better drive this time. Looks like that might be Pryor still in at the game at quarterback. He's in the gun with three receivers, to the right and one to the left.
And I think one thing you just notice right here, off the, just prior to the snap, and it looks like they may get Valley View for lining up in the neutral zone. If you look at the left guard, we'll see if they line up again this way. Left guard and left tackle are lined up very deep, almost in the backfield, which would tell me that they're going to pull.
So Pryor takes the snap, and he's got a hole up in the middle, but that's closed in a hurry by the Valley View linebackers and defensive front, especially big man Eli Thornton.
And big man Eli Thornton did a great job right there of getting penetration. Then you got, Ryder Wooten in there for a tackle as well. Now it's okay. Just thinking about with the ball kicked out of bounds, they tacked on an extra 5 for the penalty prior, so it wasn't lined up in the neutral zone. It was the penalty on the kickoff.
2nd and 9 now for the Wildcats. Pryor takes it himself once again, but the Blazers there in a hurry. That time it's McNamee who got there first from that linebacking core, and that's going to be a tackle for loss.
We talked about this last week, Tyson, that the strength of Valley View's defense and maybe even the strength of their team is that linebacking core. All 4 of those guys are excellent football players. We saw that right there with Silas Thomas in the backfield, for the 1-yard loss, and now it's, forcing a 3rd and long for Harding Academy. It'll be interesting to see if they bring in Cruz Ray right here at quarterback. Nope, we still have Cam Pryor.
Cam Pryor still in the gun. 3 receivers still to his right and 1 to his left. 3rd and 10 now for the Wildcats. Sends one guy to the right in motion, and that's a messed up play. That might be a fumble. If it is, I believe the Blazers have it, and they do.
And the penetration in the backfield right there forced Cam Pryor to try to lateral that ball. They were trying to set up a reverse. He has to lateral it quickly, and in doing so, there's a bobbled exchange. Valley View falls on it. So, second time, Harding Academy starts their possession with great field position and turns it right back over to Valley View.
Yeah, and Holden Murphy, the senior defensive lineman, able to recover that fumble for his team. So now the Blazers forcing 2 turnovers in just over 4 minutes. But now Heineman in the gun, King to the right, Wallace in the backfield. Wallace gets the handoff, runs to the outside, has some space down this near sideline. He's going to be escorted out of bounds at around the 22. So big run there from Wallace on 1st down.
Yeah, and again, you're talking about attacking the edges of this defense where you may not be able to get what kind of technique they're lined up in on the defensive line, and the linebackers who walked up at the line of scrimmage, attack the edge, force them to make those safeties come from a long way to make a tackle, and unfortunately Carter Wallace is too good to put him one-on-one with the guy coming to try to tackle him in space.
Blazers did pick up the 1st down, but looks like we have a Wildcat down on this near sideline. Hope everything's okay for him. But
yeah, and I can't tell who that is. It was the outside backer on this side.
And I think we're going to take an injury timeout with them as well. We'll be right back with more football on the NEA Sports Network.
Basketball star Austin Reeves is part of the Central Dealerships team. And just like Austin, we want you to join our team as well. So score big with your new or used vehicle from Central today.
Welcome back to 5A East football, as that young man Devin Wing was able to get to his sideline on his own power, but now the Blazers have it 1st and 10. Heineman fakes the handoff to Wallace, muscles his way ahead inside the 20, so Blazers will set up now at about the 17.
Yeah, and that's just a little misdirection. They fake Carter Wallace away, and instead of pulling anybody, which you really don't want to do a lot of times against a stunning blitzing defense, they pull the wing back to get the kick-out block, and Taylor does a great job cutting inside him for a 6-yard gain.
So now Mallet in at quarterback, Wallace and Barry to his right at wideout. King motions across the middle of the field. Mallet keeps it himself, has plenty of space in front of him into the end zone as Barrett Mallet, the Valley View sophomore quarterback, gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and we talked about it pregame with anytime you run the quarterback, you're trying to get extra blockers in the game because you're not taking away that guy that all he's doing is handing off the ball. So they provide some misdirection right there with Parker King, run counter back away from it, and he just walks into the end zone.
So Troy Dale on for his second extra point attempt of the night. And that's off the goalpost. A doink off the crossbar then and falls out, no good. But the Blazers lead this one 13-0. 6:43 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back with more on the NEA Sports Network.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family.
A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike till you can't. Create filtered water for you and your plants, or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish. Connect all your devices and, schmabomplish? With Wi-Fi this fast, there can be none better. So get in touch and be a Ritter Go-Getter.
Welcome back to Valley View homecoming as Troy Dale kicks this one deep. Good kick inside the 5, fielded by Harding Academy returner. Blazers try to make a tackle, but he has some room here on the near sideline. Makes his way across the 25 now, across the 30. Going to be ran out at about the 35-yard line. I believe that was number 83, Joseph Miles, on that kick return.
Yeah, and Joseph Miles is, probably their best receiver. Somebody we haven't seen, get a look on offense yet, but nice job of cutting back across the field. But you see the flag on the ground. A lot of times when you cut back across, you leave your blockers in a position to possibly block in the back. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, that is normally the case on those long developing returns, but we'll see what the penalty will do to the starting field position. Right now they'd have it at about the 35, but we're about to see what the call is here. Good time to introduce you to tonight's officials as referee Cody Davis, umpire Andy Pierce, head linesman Kerry Shannon, line judge Brandon Sutton, field judge Stephen Adams, and side judge Scott Cayley. So what was that? Looked like we had 2 offsetting penalties there.
Yeah, I'm a little confused, but I did hear him say they're going to have to re-kick. So one of those, for Joseph Miles, number 83 there, he's like, hold on a second, guys. I just ran 60 yards to gain 18, and now you're making me do it over again. But
right.
That looks like what's going to happen. They called offsetting personal fouls, so I really don't know if that was during the play. It must have been to have the re-kick. So interesting to see, what the call was.
So number 83, Miles, is still back there, and Pryor set to return. That was a better kick by Troy Dale there that time, gotten it inside the 5. But that athleticism by Joseph Miles, he just really took off there. But then, like we said, offsetting penalties. So why not? Let's do it again. As Troy Dale places the ball on the tee. We're about ready to try things again here.
The only thing I can think of is maybe 2 guys got caught up, during the play and maybe did a little extracurricular, and they called unsportsmanlike, trying to get things under control early.
So Dale kicks this one deep. That's going to land out of bounds. So good field position once again for Harding Academy, and we've seen that in 2 of their drives, and then it turns into a turnover. So we'll see if Harding Academy can get a clean drive and get some points on the board as Valley View leads this one 13-0 with 6:29 in the first quarter.
Yeah, and one thing we've seen on the 2 returns from Harding Academy is that they've got some ability there from the return guys and Cam Pryor and Joseph Miles, and sometimes putting it out of bounds is going to put the ball in 35 and make them go 65 and earn it.
So looks like we're going to see Cruz Ray, the sophomore quarterback, in the backfield for the first time tonight. Pryor joins him on his left hip, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cruz takes the snap. Thomas and McNamee in the backfield as Thornton gets the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what Harding Academy is doing coming out here. Traditionally, Harding Academy is a pass first offense, and so far we've seen the one ball in the air that got intercepted. But I'm kind of interested to in their thinking of why they haven't put it in the air more.
Yeah, and we've only seen one passing play combined from both teams here tonight. But quarterback in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He drops back, has a receiver near side. Thomas there in coverage and brings him down at the 40, so it's going to bring up about 3rd and 5 now for Harding Academy.
Yeah, and back's Howell right there on the reception. Just a little out route by the slot receiver on the sprint out there. Cruz Ray makes a nice throw. Good catch. Now it's 3rd and medium. They really need to get a first down just to stay on the field, keep this Valley View offense off the field.
So Ray stays in the game along with, looks like Pryor in the backfield. 2 receivers on the far side on the right and 2 to the near side on the left. 3rd and about 5 to go. They send a receiver in motion. Ray takes the snap. That's where they're going to go with it, and that's just off the fingertips and complete. So good stop on 3rd down there by Valley View.
Yeah, tries to connect with Howell again. Right there they run the guy across the field, run the 2 outside guys vertical and try to get him in the flats and just do not connect.
So now looks like Pryor only available quarterback in the backfield, but he also does the punting duty, so expecting a punt now from Harding. Oh, and Eli Thornton got a little, they might say false start.
And if that is a false start, I think it'll be enough for a first down for Harding Academy. They got Harding Academy. And it looked like right there, you got Cam Pryor back there as your, a quarterback and a punter. They can try to draw you off sides, see if it happens, and then he can take a step or 2 back and quick kick it.
So now Pryor in the gun, 4th and 10. Now he's going to take a couple steps backwards towards his own 25. Will Finley in the area to receive the punt. That's going to go over all the Blazers' heads and take a bounce. Looks like they'll spot it at about the 27-yard line. So decent field position for the Blazers offense to get things started.
Yeah, and that's, one advantage you have with the quarterback / punter is you can, line them up. That way nobody drops back deep. You get no return, and nice punt there. Gets a Valley View roll, but
so 4.5 minutes or so remaining in the first quarter. Valley View leads 13-0. Heineman in the backfield along with Wallace, and they hand it off to Wallace. Wallace breaks 2 tackles, gets past the 40, at the 50. Wallace showing off that speed down the field, 30, 20, 10 into the end zone, and Wallace shows why he's a runner-up in the 100 meters in state track, and Wallace races his way into the end zone as Valley View extends their lead 19-0 with 4:21 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, and right now, let's just call a spade a spade. I think Valley View is out coaching Harding Academy. They're attacking the edges offensively, forcing Harding Academy to not put the ball in the air until that last possession. Turnovers have given Valley View the ball in the Harding Academy into the field, and now Valley View's going up by 3 scores.
Troy Dale's extra point stays clear of the uprights, and that's good. So Valley View leads this one in the 5A East Conference matchup 20-0 with 4:21 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back with more high school football on the NEA Sports Network.
Hey, Northeast Arkansas, Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually, we are. We're at the top of our game, bringing NEA incredible selection and exceptional service. To back that, Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. From Chevy to Toyota, Nissan to Ford, we have the perfect ride waiting for you and the best service to get it to you. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today or shop us online.
Welcome back to 5A East football is on the kickoff. A bunch of flags go flying, so we'll see what that penalty is on the kickoff. It's back-to-back kickoffs where there's been some flags on the field.
Yeah, and that ball just sailed out of bounds, so it looks like they're spotting it at the 36-yard line, so and that means that's where the ball went out of bounds. So again, they'll tackle on the 5 yards for the penalty. Harding Academy starts with good field position once again.
So Ray in the gun along with Pryor once again in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right and 2 to their left. As Ray takes the snap, drops back, goes with the out route once again. They're going to say he went out of bounds at about the 50-yard line, so great positive play there for Harding Academy, their best one on first down so far tonight.
Yeah, now they can, get into a situation offensively where, they can run or pass. But backs Howell again on the target, and he gets a 9-yard gain.
Ray takes the snap, looks over the middle of the field. That one just out of the reach of Miles. A little bit of contact after there, but no flags. So going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats.
And that's just a little curl flat concept. You got the out route that you've had, 3 times tonight by Harding Academy. Run the curl in behind it. He's got him open, just sails it a little high over Joseph Miles' head.
So now 3rd and 1. Pryor still in the backfield. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Ray gives it to Pryor. He's going to be stopped right close to the 49. We'll see if they give him a favorable spot.
I think it's going to be about a half a yard short. They're going to force him to make a decision right here.
So big-time decision that Harding Academy has to face on 4th and less than 1 with 3:30 remaining in the first quarter.
I bet they're going to try to draw him off sides first.
So Ray up near the line of scrimmage. Nope, he takes the sneak, and he has plenty of yardage for the first down.
The old tush push, in effect. And, it's just a hard play to defend, especially when you're a spread team and you got receivers out everywhere. You got 3 defensive linemen in. You can't really make a substitution. And they go with the quarterback sneak there and get the first down.
So now 3 receivers to Ray's right and a single one to the left as Ray drops back going in that direction. A little bit of miscommunication there as that receiver was never looking for that ball.
Yeah, definitely some miscommunication there, and I don't know if that's a little option route there by Joseph Miles, if he could sit down as a hitch or continue it upfield, but definitely some miscommunication right there, and Cam Pryor throws it out of bounds.
So no gain on first down, brings up 2nd and 10 with 2:57 remaining in the first quarter.
And I think, Harding Academy's at least found something that they can go to, and a little bit of success. Valley View's playing off coverage with their corners, really trying to take away that run, and, they're trying to hit those short passes.
Ray takes the snap, drops back, runs to his right, throws it in the middle of the field. He has a receiver there. Receiver makes one guy miss, but then is dragged down at the 35-yard line. I believe that was Angela Alcamden.
Yeah, Angela Alcamden, just sits down over the ball. Once Cruz Rays works up in the pocket, he sees Angela up there, and he just sits down, makes a catch, gets the first down.
Yeah, and Cruz did a great job there making that throw on the move with some pressure looking to get to him, but now Harding Academy gets first down just outside the 35-yard line. It's Pryor and Ray in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ray drops back. He's going to go for his receiver. That was intended for number 4, Catcher Smith, but that is incomplete, out of bounds, so brings up 2nd and 10 now for Harding Academy.
Yeah, and he just throws it a little high and wide on the out route, and they try to force it a little deeper right there that time with Catcher Smith running about a 10-yard out. But, what's been interesting right now is everything that they're doing is really kind of middle left in the passing game. We talked about that last week against Paragould, that a lot of times short passes for a right-handed quarterback, especially one that probably has a baseball background, it's a little easier making that left field throw just because it's more like a shortstop turning 2.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout, and we'll take a timeout with them. You're watching high school football on the NEA Sports Network.
Ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, two of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core.
Welcome back to some 5A East action here at Valley View High School. So they're going to send Pryor out of the backfield with two other receivers on the left and two to the right. Cruz Ray drops back, goes deep, has a receiver that's bobbled and incomplete, and that was intended for Bax Howell. I mean, he bobbled that 4 or 5 times, and just unfortunate that one fell to the turf.
Yeah, and he had him, a nice throw. Good concentration by Bax Howell, but just couldn't bring it in.
So that brings up 3rd and 10 now as Eli Thornton comes off the field. Blazers get ready to play 3rd and long defense, and we'll see what Cruz Ray and the Harding Academy offense have up their sleeve. As Pryor in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to fake the handoff to Pryor. Ray under pressure. Looks like a little bit of a screen here as the receiver breaks a couple tackles. Going to be plenty for the first down inside the 20, and that is Joseph Miles on the catch.
Yeah, a nice little screen play, just a tunnel screen out there to Joseph Miles. Does a nice job of breaking a couple tackles, getting up the field for a big 23-yard gain.
So Harding Academy inside the red zone for the first time tonight with just under 2 minutes in the first quarter. So 1st and 10. As Ray all alone in the backfield, Pryor and another receiver to his left and 2 to his right. They send Howell across in motion, fake the jet sweep, and that was deflected by some Valley View pressure, so that's going to fall incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and they try to ride the fake there, but Reese Domino gets his hands up and knocks it down. But I think that could have been fortunate for Harding Academy because A.V. Jones is sitting right there. He could, if he doesn't get a lot on that throw, he could make a break on it for an interception.
Yeah, and we've seen A.V. have one of those already this year, but 2nd down and 10 now for Harding Academy. Pryor in the backfield. Tight bunch near the line of scrimmage. Ray drops back, has a receiver in the middle of the field. That's Miles as Will Finley's there for the pass breakup near the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and, they're trying to work the middle. It looks like, they're trying to get that one receiver out wide to spread the safeties just a little bit, work down the middle. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to connect there yet except for that one, scramble 3rd down conversion.
So now 3rd and 10. For the Wildcats.
Right now Coach Wilbanks' defense has done a good job of getting the quarterback off his spot. And what I mean by that is you just don't want him to feel comfortable. He's got to move a little bit, and that's always going to affect accuracy.
So now Ray rolls out to his left, has a receiver. Good play there by Kobe Webster to dive and break that pass up. So that falls to the turf, incomplete, brings up 4th and 10.
Yeah, and they try to single it up over there and just run a little out route with Joseph Miles. Right there, great break on that by Kobe Webster. He gets enough hand in there to knock it down. Could have, broke up what would have been a first down for sure. But if Joseph Miles stays on his feet, he probably gets in the end zone there.
So now Ray in the backfield in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He takes a snap. Looks left, looks into the back of the end zone. Miles, he's out of bounds. Incomplete, no flags. So turnover on downs, and Valley View will gain possession inside their own 20.
Yeah, another good job of coverage by Kobe Webster right there. Just doing a good job of staying on the bigger receiver, forcing him wide, and fortunately for Valley View, they throw it out of bounds. Turn it over on downs. Now Valley View will start at their own 18-yard line.
So now it looks like sophomore Barrett Mallett, the quarterback, is going to lead his offense out to the field. Wallace in the backfield with Mallett, 1:14 to go here in the first quarter. Blazers set up shop inside their own 20. Mallett sends Wallace out to the right along with Austin Berry. They send King in motion. He has the ball, makes one defender miss as he works his way up towards the 25-yard line. So good gain there on first down by Parker King and the Blazers.
Yeah, and they go empty there. Motion Parker King in. Effectively they've done the same thing they've been doing. They're just attacking the edge with a outside zone. And again, you got all of those defenders in the box, and you're trying to attack the edge. Now you see Harding Academy move up front.
Empty once again as Mallett fakes the handoff to Wallace, and better job that time by Harding Academy containing the edge, and going to be no gain for Valley View on second down. Brings up about 3rd and 4 or 5.
Yeah, you saw him move just prior to the snap. Really forces, Valley View's offensive lineman to really make a decision on the fly of who they're going to block. And that time Harding Academy gets Barrett Mallett for a no gain.
So now Heineman back in the game with Levi Manning and Parker King lined up near the line of scrimmage and tight.
And they still got their 2 tight ends back there in Levi Manning and Luke Gracilius.
And it looks like it's going to be timeout Blazers on 3rd and medium.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
No matter what the job calls for, contractors can count on Barton's. With your own dedicated sales representative, you'll get personalized support and accurate material takeoffs to keep your project on budget. Need flexible financing? We offer in-house accounts and financing options. Plus, take advantage of our product holding, on-site delivery, and professional installation of flooring, cabinets, and vanities. Supplying local contractors for 140 years. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So while we were on break, Blazers had Barrett Mallett on the quarterback keeper on 3rd down, so that's going to bring up 4th and about 2 yards. So Mallett's still in the backfield. Manning is their normal punter. We'll see if the Blazers roll the dice inside their own territory.
I think we're probably going to see similar to what we saw earlier in trying to get them to jump. And
So
now they'll scoop Barrett back, punt.
He's going to quick kick it. Good quick kick by Mallett. That takes a very good Blazers roll, and that's going to roll all the way inside the 10-yard line to about almost in between the 6 and 5. So that's a really good punt by sophomore quarterback Barrett.
Yeah, that's a 68-yard punt if you're counting at home, and just a great job of utilizing the quarterback who can kick also and getting a good roll on that punt.
So now Blazers pin Searcy back deep in their own territory. Correction, Harding Academy, not Searcy, sorry. So now we'll see if Cruz Ray and this Harding Academy offense can put some points up on the board after going scoreless in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably see them stick to that short passing attack that they've been doing. It kind of takes, Valley View's strength of their linebackers out of it, forces secondary to come up and make a play.
So Ray in the gun, looks to the right a little bit of a screen pass, and I believe that might be Pryor on the far side of the field. He's going to get a couple a little bit more comfortable now for Ray and the offense.
Yeah, and that's just a little swing pass there from, quarterback Cruz Ray to Cam Pryor out of the backfield. Like you said, gives them a little bit of breathing room now, 2nd and 4.
So 2 receivers to Ray's left, 1 to the right. It looks like they're going to hand it off to Pryor. Pryor to the outside, has some space near the first down marker, and he's got the first down for Harding Academy out to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, and, we talked about pregame and just prior to kickoff that Cam Pryor really is kind of the focus of this offense and defense. He's a really good player, a senior. Won a state championship 2 years ago as a sophomore, and now, you see him getting a little bit of rhythm offensively.
Cruz Ray in the gun. Looks for the quick screen. That's not going to be there, so Blazers meet them near the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be, if a gain, less than a yard, but most likely no gain according to the spot.
Yeah, and that's just a great job by Kobe Wester again, and A.V. Jones being right there to take that little now screen that they want to get out there on the edge quick, taking it away from them and forcing Cruz Ray to scramble, and he gets 1 yard.
That brings up 2nd and long now for the Harding Academy offense. And Ray still in at quarterback for Harding Academy, as he's been in most of the way except for the first drive. So Ray sends Howell in motion. Ray goes to the quick pass, and Harding Academy works their way up towards the 20, 21, so about a gain of 2 on 2nd down brings up about 3rd and 7.
Yeah, minimal gain. They're just, trying to outflank the Valley View defense, but those linebackers there, I think that was Silas Thomas there making the play, forcing Harding Academy into a 3rd and long here.
Brings up 3rd and 7 for Cruz Ray and the Wildcats. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pryor on his left hip as Ray takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his left, is pressured, and Valley View's there for the sack inside the 5.
Yeah, just great job there by Corey Gamble making the sack with the pressure off the edge. Now forcing Harding Academy to give the ball back to Valley View and probably give Valley View great field position, start their drive here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Corey Gamble might not be one of the biggest guys out there on that D-line, but he did a great job with his pass rush move and getting to the backfield to record that sack. So now Pryor, Harding Academy punter, looks like he's going to have to boot it away inside his own 5 near the goal line. Takes the snap into his own end zone, luckily gets it away, bounces at the 40, going to roll past the 50, favorable Harding Academy bounce, and looks like the Blazers will get it at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, dodged the bullet there and a nice 50-yard punt off the drop ball and recover and kick it.
So like we mentioned prior, a great athlete, and that could have saved some points for Harding Academy, so a good job getting that one out of the end zone in a hurry. But now the Blazers up 20-0 in the 2nd quarter with 8 minutes remaining. If you're Harding Academy, you got to get a stop and get some points before halftime.
Yeah, and Valley View will get the ball to start the 2nd half. They're sitting there looking at, they get 2 more scores, get that mercy clock running going into the 2nd half, and it's a good night for Valley View.
So now jet sweep for Kamarian Davis. Good block out there on the edge. He makes one defender miss, and he's going to be near the first down marker.
I do think he's going to get the first down here. That's just a great job of, I sound like a broken record. They're attacking these edges, forcing those D-backs to come up and make plays, and right now they're not doing enough to force Valley View out of this attack that they've planned throughout the week.
And I might be mistaken, but has Valley View thrown the ball once tonight?
They have not thrown the ball at all, Tyson. Let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 rushes to 0 passes.
So Heineman in the gun along with Wallace. Harding Academy shows pressure, fakes handoff to Wallace. Heineman's got some space, makes one guy miss, works his way up towards the 41-yard line. That's going to be another positive play on first down.
Just a nice, tough run right there by Taylor Heineman, getting 6 yards. Giving the action to Carter Wallace away, running quarterback counter. He does a great job of making a man miss and then really bullying his way for 2 extra yards at the end of that run.
Going to bring up 2nd and very manageable. So Heineman in the gun with Wallace on his right hip. King to the right, Davis to the left. 2 tight ends near the line of scrimmage. Heineman drops back for the first pass of the game. Has Davis, great job working his way back, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds near the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's just a great throw and catch. Taylor does a great job of throwing that, that out-breaking route, that deep corner to the sideline where only really Kamarion Davis has a chance at it. He makes a great catch and play getting down inside or near the 5-yard line.
Looks like Blazers might go hurry up here. King wide to the right. Wallace right behind Heineman. Davis alone to the left. They're going to hand it off to Wallace. Wallace works his way forward. He's going to be close to the goal line. They're going to say touchdown. So Carter Wallace's second score of the night extends the Blazers' lead to 26-0 with 6:46 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that's just bully ball right there. Carter Wallace using strength and power, just bullying his way into the end zone from 5 yards out.
We mentioned right before that long pass play, the Blazers were yet to pass it until that big gain to Kamarion Davis, and they waited for the right time, and the Blazers made a great play to set up the Wallace touchdown as Troy Dale comes on for the extra point, who's 2 out of 3 so far tonight, and he'll attempt his fourth, and that looks like it is good through the uprights. So Valley View extends their lead to 27, Harding Academy 0. 6:46 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back with more high school football on the NEA Sports Network.
In 40 years, homeowners and DIYers have trusted Barton's for their home improvement needs. From small projects to remodels to building a home, our experts are here with the tools, knowledge, and advice to make your project a success. With 10 100% employee-owned locations across Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri, delivery, installation, and free design services, Barton's is your trusted partner for every project. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
At Glen Sane, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
Back to 5A East football here on NEA Sports Network as Troy Dale's kick bounces just outside the 20. Miles Fields it works his way up the field. A.V. Jones there to bring him down near the 40-yard line. There comes a flag from the white hat.
And it's in the area of number 13, Cooper Harrelson, and I don't know if there was a takedown there. Or it looks like from where they're throwing the flag, they're going to make sure they know the yardage, and if that was a hold, then they're going to add it to the end of the run.
Got to find out what the call is. They're going to call unnecessary roughness on the Blazers.
Now, I just caught at the end of it, Cooper Harrelson right there is just, trying to make a block. He probably extends it a little bit too far and takes the man to the ground. I'm really curious as to why they marked it off from there instead of the end of the run.
Nonetheless, Harding Academy has the ball to start things off inside Blazer territory. They go with a quick pitch pass to Miles. That's a flag once again. So we'll see what that call is, but about a gain of 1, and we'll see what the penalty does.
And that's going to be a hold right there on the edge of Harding Academy. Just that guy trying to get the outside linebacker blocked so Joseph Miles can get the edge. He got a little bit too much jersey.
And that is exactly the call. So back up Harding Academy 10 yards and retry first down. So now going to be 1st and 20 from their own 45 instead of at the Blazers 45.
Yeah, and I think Harding Academy coaches are going to look back at this first half and just, see that the times they got great field position, they just didn't take advantage of it. They start 3 possessions in the first half in Blazer territory, and so far they've got nothing to show for it.
So about halfway through the second quarter, Valley View leads 27-0. 1st and 20 for the Wildcats. Looks like Pryor in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pryor drops back, is pressured. Holden Murphy and Silas Thomas back there for the sack, but there's a flag thrown near the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think from that umpire spot, it's going to be a hold on the Harding Academy offensive line, and Coach Cockrell's already signaling to decline that, and it's going to put Harding Academy way back there with second down and about, second down and about 19.
So second down and about forever now for Harding Academy. Good job there on that play by Holden Murphy, who had the fumble recovery earlier in the game, and Silas Thomas getting back there to sack the quarterback, but now Cruz Ray checks back in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to his left.
And correction on my part, it's second and 29.
So now Ray takes the snap, looks to his left. There's receivers in the area. That's going to be broken up incomplete. Good coverage on that one by Avion Jones and Rylan Ramsey.
Yeah, just a nice job by Rylan Ramsey of turning to find the ball right at the last minute. You know, he's forcing Joseph Miles to the sideline and giving him very little catch area to haul that ball in.
So now 3rd and 29 for Harding Academy. If you're the Wildcats, you just want to get some of this back to be able to get a punt and try to pin the Blazers deep. But Pryor and Ray in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ray takes the snap, sees pressure. That's going to be up in the air and intercepted once again by Rylan Ramsey, his second interception of the night. So Blazers will take over inside Harding Academy territory.
Yeah, and, you know, I almost said it right before the snap that I would kind of expect a screen. You know, they ran that tunnel screen back earlier, and they're trying to throw a receiver screen right there too, but there was enough pressure in Cruz Ray's face that he puts too much air on that ball, and it just sails the receiver right into Rylan Ramsey's arms.
Blazers force yet another turnover. They did a great job in that game we covered last week as well, and that's what kind of was a key to getting the 35-0 victory, and the Blazers off to a much better pace, a much better start, 27-0, just past halfway through the second quarter. So Heineman takes the snap, hands it off to Wallace. Wallace powers his way through the line of scrimmage. He's going to be spotted near the 31-yard line, so a gain of about 2 on first down for the Blazers.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see Valley View content to using a lot of the play clock here and work that clock down where, you know, if they can get a score, knowing they're getting the ball to start the second half, if they can get a score right before the break to go for 2 and try to get that 35-point advantage headed into the break.
So Harding Academy crowds the box, slow snap. Heineman corrals it. Wallace takes the handoff. He's going to be stopped just short of the line of scrimmage, so might be a loss of half a yard or 1 yard. Going to bring up 3rd and about 7 for Valley View.
Yeah, the linebacker that walked up into the B gap away from the play just got good penetration, got on Carter Wallace's back with you know, somebody slowing him down play side, and he gets him down.
So now Heineman in the gun, King to the right, Davis to the left. He motions both of those receivers in tight along with Crecilius and Manning. Now sends Davis and Crecilius to the right, so all receivers on the right. Heineman fakes the handoff to Davis, rolls out to his right, makes a defender miss, and Heineman sneaks down the sideline. He's going to be close to that first down marker. We'll see where they spot him.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of it back, but it looks like they're going to be 4th and 2 or 3 right there. But a great job, just smart quarterback play by Taylor Heineman on the boot. You know, he doesn't have a receiver open. He uses his legs, gets as much as he can, gets back. He has to tiptoe down the sideline, but gets close to the first down, but just not enough. But now Valley View's got a chance to get a first down.
Like you mentioned, using a lot of that play clock, and I believe that's a timeout by Harding Academy. So we'll take a quick timeout with them and be back with the second quarter of 5A's conference football on the NEA Sports Network.
Prestige Plumbing offers a wide range of residential and commercial services to meet every customer's needs. Whether it be new construction or a remodel, Prestige Plumbing is fast and efficient with the best quality service for their customers. From water leaks to slab leaks to new sewer lines or handicap showers, Prestige Plumbing should be your first call for all your plumbing needs.
Be sure to watch the NEA Sports Network as we bring you live coverage this football season. From week 0 to the playoffs, we bring you rivalries and great matchups to go along with championship coverage. Be sure to watch each game at the NEA Sports Facebook page or the NEA Sports YouTube page. NEA Sports, putting Northeast Arkansas student athletes first.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Welcome back to the NEA Sports Network. Blazers go for it on fourth down. That was intended for Parker King. That ball comes up just short. It's going to be incomplete, so Harding Academy gets the ball back now with just over 4 minutes in the second quarter, and they're in desperate need of some points on the board.
Yeah, and Taylor Heineman's going to kick himself watching this on film because he's got Parker. He just rushes that throw just a hair and leaves that ball low inside, and Parker can't come up with it.
So turnover on downs as Cruz Ray leads his offense. Back onto the field, he'll send 2 receivers to his right and 2 to the left, along with Pryor in the backfield on his right hip. So Ray takes the snap out of the gun, drops back, looks to his left, getting pressured. He's going to get it across the field, almost a one-handed catch there by Joseph Miles, but not quite able to haul in that one, incomplete.
You know, and Ray and Miles have been close to several hookups tonight, and just a little bit out of the outstretched arms of Joseph Miles. And I know he's got to be frustrated because they had a play right there and just couldn't come up with that one-handed grab.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Wildcats. Exactly 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. So he's now going to send Pryor out to his right along with 2 other receivers, 2 receivers to the left. He's pressured by Murphy. Murphy gets him down for a sack along with Ryder Wooten, who's going to combine with Murphy for that one. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just great job of getting pressure in there by Murphy right into Ryder. Ryder and Murphy combine on the sack.
So now 3rd and about 14 for Harding Academy. Just under 4 minutes here in the second quarter.
With 3:55 to go here in the second quarter and to go in the half, Valley View, they get a stop here and they still got time to put another score on the board and get to the mercy clock.
It's 3rd and 14. Blazers looking for a stop. 2 receivers to each side. Ray drops back. A little bit of pressure, and that's intercepted by Valley View once again. I believe that might have been Corey Gamble dropping back in coverage.
I think it is Corey Gamble just undercutting that hitch route on the outside. Just a great job of being disciplined in your coverage. He throws it right to him.
And I want to take a minute to talk about this. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen Luke Herringer not just out tonight, and that young man, Corey Gamble, is the one that is replacing Luke Herringer where Luke normally plays, and he's done a great job with the sack and now an interception for Valley View.
Yeah, just an outstanding job, and tip of the cap to Mr. Gamble coming in there and being a playmaker and making a difference tonight for the Valley View defense.
So now the Blazers have the ball just about right where they left off on that failed 4th down attempt. So now 2 receivers to the right. Wallace motions across the field, fakes the handoff to him. Heineman works his way just inside the 20, but he's met in a hurry there by number 10. That's Tanner Simmons there on the tackle.
Yeah, and they run Carter Wallace in motion, try to get action going that way. Linebackers didn't buy it. Taylor tries to string it out and get an extra yard, but Mr. Simmons there for the stop, and now it's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 now. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, manning up near the line of scrimmage. Heineman drops back, gets it to Wallace. Wallace tries to make a guy miss, but Harding Academy is able to corral him near the 15, so a gain of a couple on 2nd down for Valley View.
Yeah, just a good job of, looking at one read, nobody's there, taking your check down to Carter Wallace. So instead of, either taking a sack or throwing an incompletion, putting you in 3rd and long, you get 3 yards back, and now you got 3rd and 5. You got 2 downs to get it, and now they go to their nasty package with Barrett Mallett in there, who they capitalized early in the first quarter with it.
So Mallett takes it, gets to the outside, has some room, near side, good block by Parker King. He's into the end zone looking for flags. There is none. Nope, there is actually.
Yeah, and they looked like it could have been a holding right up the middle from that linebacker. Somebody in the interior got just a little bit too much jersey on that, and it's going to force Valley View into retreat mode, and now it's going to be 2nd and 15 as they back them up.
I believe it might be 3rd and 15.
Is it 3rd and 15?
I think so.
Okay.
So Heineman will replace Mallet now. Looks like the Blazers will go back to more of their. Actually, looks like they're going to keep Mallet on the field alongside Heineman. So they're going to spot the ball just outside the 25-yard line. They're going to line up Mallet, King, Davis, and I'm not sure who the other guy is, far to the right, but 4 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left.
And I think Coach Riley's got to be looking at the one-on-one over here, but it looks like they're double-teaming Kamarion Davis, so I think they'll probably go to that quad side.
So Heineman does look right. He has a receiver, and that is Barrett Mallet. And he's hit hard near the marker, but he somehow stays in bounds, and they're going to get about 5 yards back, so that's going to bring up about 4th and 10.
Yeah, just a great job, great throw and catch, great balance by Barrett Mallet after taking that big shot from Cam Pryor, turning back upfield and getting a couple more yards. Now you're going to see him probably line up in something similar, get another check with me to the sideline, and see what they can do. You've also got a timeout you can work with that they can use. Now it looks like they're going to run as much clock down as they can and then take a timeout.
Well, let's see if that is exactly what Coach Cockrell and Coach Riley decided to do on this offensive possession. About 4th and 11 from Harding Academy's 21, and they do signal for the timeouts. We'll take a quick timeout with them. You're watching high school football on the NEA Sports Network.
No matter what the job calls for, contractors can count on Barton's. With your own dedicated sales representative, you'll get personalized support and accurate material takeoffs to keep your project on budget. Need flexible financing? We offer in-house accounts and financing options. Plus, take advantage of our product holding, on-site delivery, and professional installation of flooring, cabinets, and vanities. Supplying local contractors for 140 years. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to NEA Sports Network. Blazers facing about a 4th and 11. So now 2 receivers to Heineman's right and 2 to the left. That's King and Davis. Heineman in the gun. Motion Wallace across the field. Fake the handoff. Heineman looks. He has Davis, and that's going to be intercepted. Great play there by Harding Academy.
Yeah, and just leaves that ball just a little short on the post route by Parker King. Right there, number 10, Tanner Simmons, who's come up big twice on this defensive series, comes up with a big interception. But now Harding Academy's backed up to the 1-yard line, and they're going to have to get out of here to get to the half.
Yeah, that's very dangerous for the Wildcats, especially with as big of a defensive front, with headlined by Eli Thornton. That's going to be a tight spot to get out of, and looks like the officials might be having a conversation, see if they move the spot any.
Yeah, I wonder if they're saying, that the ball had crossed the plane after he caught it, or, was his knee down before the ball crossed the plane. They're going to keep it right there.
So after the conversation, they're going to keep it inside the 1. So Harding Academy going to be backed up just about as far back as you could possibly be to start things off on offense. Minute and 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Receivers lined up in their own end zone. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like that's Pryor who takes the snap. He's going to get outside of the end zone and give them plenty of space to operate with. He's going to be close to the first down at about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, and that gives them some breathing room, and they'll probably feel pretty good about maybe taking one shot just to see if they can get something going, but if not, just getting it to halftime.
So 1 minute left here in the second quarter. Valley View leads 27-0. As Ray takes the snap. I'm sorry, that's Pryor. He decides to tuck it and run, and Valley View defense is there, and that's going to be a good job there by number 57, Ethan Thomas.
Big Ethan Thomas on the peel back and gets a good tackle to keep a big play from happening right there.
Looks like a couple of Blazers down. They might have gotten tangled up there at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're able to get back on their feet, so that's good to see.
Yeah, probably just some friendly fire there where, you start running and chasing a play and somebody rolls up on your legs coming from behind. But it looks like they're going to be okay.
Looks like that was Murphy and McNamee who got tangled up there. They are going to give Pryor a first down there on that quarterback run. So,
seeing Valley View work some depth at the linebacker position. Now you got catcher Patillo coming in, working that inside backer spot with Ryder Wooten coming in there for, Riley McNamee. First down here with 50 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see if they want to put the ball in the air or keep it on the ground and get to halftime.
So Ray and Pryor in the backfield. We'll see who takes the snap. Looks like it's going to be Pryor. Pryor takes the snap, drops back, escapes the pressure. He's going to keep it and run. Patillo there to make the tackle for Valley View. Keeps them in bounds, which keeps the clock running. Just about 30 seconds remaining. Looks like Harding Academy's going to call timeout. And so we'll go to a quick timeout with them. We'll be back with the last seconds of the first.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike till you can't. Create filtered water for you and your plants, or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish. Connect all your devices and, schmabomplish? With Wi-Fi this fast, there can be none better. So get in touch and be a Ritter Go-Getter.
1 seconds remaining on the game clock here in the second quarter. As Ray is pressured, and he's going to be brought down by Eli Thornton in the backfield, and I bet that Harding Academy is just going to send it to halftime.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Tyson. Right there, you got pressure by Ethan Thomas, forces him back inside, and Eli Thornton cleans it up.
So just under 10 seconds remaining. It's going to wind down to the half, and I'd like to inform those of you that are watching, your halftime show is going to be joined by 2 Valley View players. That's going to be senior Ryder Wooten and senior Judd Miles. Judd Miles, the center, and Ryder Wooten, the linebacker. So we're going to get you to the NEA Sports halftime show. Valley View leads Harding Academy 27-0 after 1 half. You're watching Friday night high school football 5A East matchup on the NEA Sports Network.
Basketball star Austin Reeves is part of the Central Dealerships team. And just like Austin, we want you to join our team as well. So score big with your new or used vehicle from Central today. Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually, we are. Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. We have the perfect ride waiting for you and exceptional service. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today. Hey, Northeast Arkansas, Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually, we are. We're at the top of our game, bringing NEA incredible selection and exceptional service. To back that, Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. From Chevy to Toyota, Nissan to Ford, we have the perfect ride waiting for you and the best service to get it to you. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today or shop us online.
Someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, two of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Here our halftime show with Judd Miles and Ryder Wooten. Guys, first off, 3-1 already. Halftime right now of the Harding Academy game. Obviously, this is pre-filmed though, so if you would, and either one of you can kind of talk, but what game plan-wise, let's just ask this. Game plan-wise, Ryder, what has, Coach Cockrell and Coach Wilbanks kind of talked about primary focus defensively against Harding Academy?
All right, so they've got a few good players there. They've got two second-year starting receivers, and they're tall, they're fast, they're athletic. So we got to keep an eye on them. And then they'll bring in this other kid, number 11, fantastic athlete. He's kind of not so much our focus, but we have to game plan around him as well. And it's overall just getting after the ball and playing hard like we do every week.
Okay. As far as you go, you had a great game last week. I think 11 tackles, 6 for loss.
Sure.
What do you feel like has led to some of that success this year for you?
Man, just playing my butt off and working hard off season. Going into my sophomore year, I didn't see a lick of playing time, and I think that motivated me a bunch. And I just really want to do the best I can and win games. Okay,
Judd, let him talk about defense offensively. With Coach Riley and Coach Cockrell and a game plan from that standpoint. How do you guys beat Harding Academy?
Well, their defense is like all mixed around. You don't even know what front they're going to do every single down. So basically, it's just being disciplined and going to your blocks and going to your designated spots. So if that person does move out, you can get back into the person that's coming back. And that's basically how we're doing it this week. But everything's looking good. Practice was looking good. I think we'll be disciplined enough to get with their funky defense.
Okay, are you the only senior on the offensive line, or I'm thinking Branscom's a senior?
Branscomb
right?
And Houston will.
Okay, that's right. I remember that now. Now Houston, is he okay? Is he healthy?
He is healthy.
Okay, I don't know why I had it in my head that he was not. So talk to me a little bit, but experience-wise, you are the kind of the lone guy back and that sort of thing. What has that been like for you to kind of to inherit that role of kind of leading these guys and kind of showing the way?
It's been great so far. I mean, I trust my guys. I mean, they're doing good out there. Like Jackson Jones, he's shown a lot of potential that he can be very good for the next couple years, and Tyler Carver is doing great at the other side of the tackle. It's been great just in playing for the football team. I mean, ever since sophomore year, it's been fun. Got to play with a lot of other guys,
right?
Bigger dudes, you're getting better, making yourself better. It's just fun.
I mean, you're a good sized guy, but like when you think sometimes offensive linemen, I mean, it's not crazy to run up against a guy in 5A that's. I mean, there are 5A guys in the state right now that'll play, in the SEC next year, or go to an SEC school. So, but talk to me a little bit about maybe being a little bit undersized, what you've done to overcome that and have the success you've had.
I think it's mainly quickness off the ball because I can just get out quick, hit them, get my hands on them faster than they can get on me, and then I think it's just mostly I can be a little bit stronger on angles, just like what do you call it?
Technique.
Yeah, technique, that too, and leverage. Leverage is what I'm trying to get to.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Okay.
So yeah, I think mostly leverage and quickness off the ball has helped me a lot.
Okay. Ryder, I'm going to come back to you. And especially at 5A level, you don't see a lot of guys that play on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Now, 4A down, I see it every week. I honestly don't know how some of them do that. Sometimes it's crazy. But, I mean, they do it and they make it work. At some point, though, have you played on the offensive side of the ball?
As far as high school goes, I have not.
Okay.
And I really wouldn't like to.
Okay, that was going to be my question. What is it you love about playing defense?
Dude, I mean, I don't have to worry about somebody else. I can worry about who's got the ball. I can worry about go getting the ball, and I can just play as hard as I want, and I don't have to think that hard.
Okay.
Just get to play.
So, and I'll say this, for an average person that watches football, I think that, and I'll use my wife as an example. She loves to watch football, but it's a little bit more of a complex sport because there's so many different positions. I feel like you guys play two positions that sometimes go, especially you, Judd, goes unnoticed, but it's such an important element to the ball game. I'll start with you though, Ryder. If you're trying to inform somebody about what a linebacker position looks like, because you can do different things depending on what the offense does. Talk to me a little bit about that, and if you're going to educate somebody on football one-on-one on a linebacker position.
So, everybody knows about the big guys up front, and what I tell them is if I'm explaining it, basically what I do is I clean up the scraps, kind of whatever the D-line doesn't pick off, I'm there next. And normally that's oftentimes because sometimes it's 5-on-4, 5-on-3, and so I have to be there. So I basically just pick up what's left of it, and if there's a gap to fill, like the running back's trying to come down on me, I have to be there. Now I have to play that.
Okay. Judd, yours is, I'll say this, I always make sure that the guys we have doing color commentary I do my best to make sure it's a former coach. So I've got a guy that used to do it with me forever. He coached at Arkansas and ASU and did high school at Jonesboro. And he can talk all about pulls and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But talk to me a little bit about that.
Basically, as a center, especially this week, you have to really communicate about fronts. So if there's more stacked on that side, you might have to change the call, tell your other guards and tackles what to do. Ones and threes, zeros, change all your blocking schemes. So if it's a 1, you would go down on him if it was a down block to the left. But you really just change it up the more you see it. Call out backers because you can definitely tell when they're coming to get your guys noticed so they got backer eyes. But it's mainly communication. That communication is really good for our team. So,
and people that really know football always say that a game truly is won in the trenches. And people don't get that. People are automatically, quarterback gets all the credit if you win. A lot of times quarterback gets all the discredit if they lose. I'll use a perfect example. I'm a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan. Joe Burrow's I know, guy, yeah. And so Joe Burrow, he's out for 3 months right now. They have one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen in my life. One of the worst. And that's probably why he's hurt right now. So your job, obviously, is to protect a quarterback, but at the same time open up holes for a running back and that sort of thing. But my big emphasis in all of that is how important an offense and defensive line are, right?
It makes or breaks the game. If we do wrong, we'll get the flack for it. But if we do good, nobody's going to say anything. But, we feel good for our team.
Yeah.
because we know that we had a part in getting a touchdown or getting more yards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to give kind of y'all the opportunity to talk about the two positions and that sort of thing because I think that's important. I do want you to talk a little bit about, career playing here at Valley View. There's nobody in Northeast Arkansas, you could argue, that has had as much success. Maybe some equal, I think, and you have to go down to like a 2A to an EPC. They've made back-to-back states,
Right.
didn't win it, or maybe a Rivercrest, somebody like that. But the level of success that y'all have had at 5A, winning 3 straight conference titles, each one of you talk to me about being a part of this team and the success y'all have had.
It's honestly been awesome. So as long as I've even been in high school, we've always been conference champs. Even when I wasn't playing, it was still amazing. Like on or off the field, if you're playing or not, it's a great experience to be a part of. Even if you didn't play and you win, you still feel happy. You still feel a certain type of way. And there's just really nothing that beats coming onto a team and just succeeding all the time. It's truly an experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he summed it up pretty good, but also adding on to that, it's you can't really get in your head about being the best in the team, because if you do, you're just going to end up overthinking yourself and be like, oh, I'm better, and then get out there and you're not playing your hardest. Yeah. and then you lose because of it. So, yeah, basically just it was real fun. I loved every second of it.
So the good thing about you two that you come back with experience, and that kind of probably gives Coach Cocker a little bit of assuredness, I would say. But there's been several positions. Obviously, QB position is one that was kind of figured out during non-conference games, and just asking some guys to step into some big shoes to fill. How do you guys feel like you are right now going into week 4 or week 5?
It's week 5.
Okay, my bad, week 5. And how do y'all feel now versus maybe week 0, week 1, or preseason?
So, I'll talk about the defensive side of the
Okay,
ball because
that's good. That's good.
Know. So, we lost both safeties and a corner, and so coming in, we didn't really have much older guys. So they're all younger guys. None of them have experience where they're at on our defense, and so it's really just it's a knowing thing with our defense. You can't really just be athletic and that be your kick. You have to understand what we run, how we run it, when to do what, and how to do what. So it's just going into week 0. It was really iffy. It was really not scary, but uneasy, an uneasy feeling. Uncertain because we had to have these guys step up, but going into it now, we're kind of settled in. We understand other offenses. Those younger guys are getting into what they know, and they're understanding how to play it better. And I'm very confident in my defense.
Okay, Judd.
On the offensive side of it, we lost a lot of offensive linemen. So we had a junior step up and a sophomore step up, and they've been doing a great job. But Taylor, week 0, I think he was just a little nervous getting out there, first time getting out there. But now coming into week 5, I feel like he's more comfortable. He has more trust in his teammates. We have more trust on the line and our wide receivers. They're doing great. Levi Manning came out of Cersei looking like a dog out there. So I have a lot of confidence of week 0, week 5 that we've gotten way better.
One thing that when we broadcasted y'all's game at Paragould last week, there was several, especially going into the first half, like turnovers, and I know that's something that Coach Cockrell is. I'm sure he talked to y'all about that at halftime. So, but it's just an expectation in the program, and talk about that having an established program in terms of expectations and playing for him. Either one.
So he actually talked to us on Monday about it. So, we weren't looking as good as we have been, and that's because we have that set expectation. And even up 35-0, there were some things that we had to fix going in and out. And I think it was more of the fact that last year it was 54 to
it was something
54 to 6
like
or something, and then this year it's only 35-0. And I think that not meeting that level of expectation shows us that we kind of got to get going a little bit more, a little faster and harder than than we did last year.
He did also say, like, he's going to try to let us have more fun
Yeah,
on those
enjoy
bad
the
beatings, but we did not play good as an offense. Well, mainly offensive line. We did not play really good against Paragould. So he was screaming at us, which it's fine.
Cockrell is.
Yeah,
we need it.
yeah.
We need it.
I will say some of the best coaches I think coach harder in blowout games than they do because they're just almost like they're looking for something. Like,
something's going wrong. But we do need it. I mean, it'll make us better.
Yeah, that's true.
He said just let us have a little bit more fun, but I think the expectation is still there. Coach Riley told us that the ceiling's still there, but we're going to raise the floor just a little bit. Okay. So let us have a little bit more fun, but the expectation's still there. It's not going away.
Okay. Last thing, basically a question for both of you. What do you want Valley View people, Valley View fans to remember y'all for?
Just bring them another winning season. I don't want to be like, I don't look at it as we have to be better than last year or that we have to achieve what the other team achieved. Now that's still what we want to do, but I just want to be remembered as just another winning football season and another great group of guys that went out and played their hearts out.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, basically just a powerhouse of a football team.
Okay.
Just going out there, winning, try to have the 5A East run through us.
Number 4. Fourth one?
Yeah.
Fourth title.
That's right.
We
All
did
right.
this year.
Well, guys, thank y'all very much, and appreciate y'all doing this with me.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
No matter what the job calls for, contractors can count on Barton's. With your own dedicated sales representative, you'll get personalized support and accurate material takeoffs to keep your project on budget. Need flexible financing? We offer in-house accounts and financing options. Plus, take advantage of our product holding, on-site delivery, and professional installation of flooring, cabinets, and vanities. Supplying local contractors for 140 years. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike till you can't. Create filtered water for you and your plants, or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish. Connect all your devices and, schmabomplish? With Wi-Fi this fast, there can be none better. So get in touch and be a Ritter Go-Getter.
Prestige Plumbing offers a wide range of residential and commercial services to meet every customer's needs. Whether it be new construction or a remodel, Prestige Plumbing is fast and efficient with the best quality service for their customers. From water leaks to slab leaks to new sewer lines or handicap showers, Prestige Plumbing should be your first call for all your plumbing needs.
Be sure to watch the NEA Sports Network as we bring you live coverage this football season. From week 0 to the playoffs, we bring you rivalries and great matchups to go along with championship coverage. Be sure to watch each game at the NEA Sports Facebook page or the NEA Sports YouTube page. NEA Sports, putting Northeast Arkansas student athletes first.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
140 years, homeowners and DIYers have trusted Barton's for their home improvement needs. From small projects to remodels to building a home, our experts are here with the tools, knowledge, and advice to make your project a success. With 10 100% employee-owned locations across Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri, delivery, installation, and free design services, Barton's is your trusted partner for every project. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
At Glen Sane, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
And welcome back to a 5A East Conference matchup here at Valley View High School. As Valley View off to a blazing start, 27-0 in the first half, and Blazers get the ball to start things off here in the second half. But really a dominant first half for Valley View, much better start than last week, and they really did a good job forcing those turnovers.
Yeah, really clean first half, forcing 4 turnovers for Harding Academy. Just a couple stats. Carter Wallace had 8 carries for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. That one big 73-yard touchdown run. Taylor Heineman had 5 carries for 28 yards and was 3 of 4 passing for 45 yards. Barrett Mallett, who we talked about, had 6 carries for 32 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here's a stat for you. They forced Harding Academy to 6 out of 19 passing with 3 interceptions, and then they had 1 fumble to go on top of that. So great job by the defense.
And so now they're going to go for the onside kick, and Harding Academy might have got it. I didn't think it went the required yardage, but
well, I think it's just perfect timing there, and it looked like it was the kicker who recovered it. So he's just right there. You know, as soon as it crosses 10 yards, he fields it. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, they catch Valley View off guard, and Harding Academy again gets the ball for the 4th time tonight, starting in Valley View territory, and have yet to put any points on the board.
So Harding Academy rolls the dice, and they get a good roll on that one. They have the ball inside of Valley View territory at the 49. So Ray in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right and none to the left. He's going to hand it off to Pryor. Pryor to the outside. Thomas there tries to make the tackle. Pryor now works his way back. Good job there by guess who? Corey Gamble, who's had himself a great game tonight. Big time tackle for loss and back him up about 10 yards.
Right now, is there any question about who the player of the game is? If you know, coming in for a very good Luke Herringer, you know, he got a big sack in the first half, big interception. Now the big, 12-yard tackle for loss. Just a great job by that young man.
So now Harding Academy had great field position. Now they're going to be backed up 10 yards behind their original line of scrimmage. They send 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Pryor still in the backfield. Ray drops back, looks to the right side, has a receiver on the short crosser. That is Rylan McNamee there on coverage to make the tackle immediately, but they'll gain about 3 yards off of that crossing route.
Yeah, and, again, just, great open field tackling by the Blazers, which they've shown all night. Really forcing Harding Academy, who's got some passes complete on short passes, but really hasn't got anything to show for it because they can't make anybody miss.
So now 3rd and 17 for the Wildcats. They have the ball at their own 44-yard line. Ray and Pryor in the backfield, one receiver to the right and one to the left. Ray takes a snap, looks to his left, goes over the middle, has Miles. He makes one guy miss down the far sideline. He's going to be ran out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line. So good play there on 3rd down by the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's the connection that has been just slightly off through the first half. That time they connect for a big 26-yard gain.
So now Harding Academy doing a great job driving down the field, just converted on the long 3rd and 17. Ray takes the snap out of the gun. Going to go towards the far side of the field, incomplete. Wooten there on the coverage. Makes it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that's the route they've gone to a lot with the running the out man on a inside curl route and the in man on a 5-yard out route. Just a little curl flat concept, and that time it's a little wide. Ryder Wooten right there on the coverage.
So Pryor still in the backfield with Cruz Ray. Single receiver to each side. Ray takes a snap, looks to the right. Has the receiver there, as that is Angela Camden on the reception. So
yeah, Camden with the reception and on a 6-yard gain, and now that they're in 2-down territory. Still be interesting to see if they keep the ball in the air or if they try to get a run here to convert 1st down.
So about 3rd and 4 now. Harding has the ball just inside the Blazers' 25-yard line. Ray takes snap from the gun, hands it off to Pryor. Pryor met immediately by that Valley View defensive line, and they're going to say no gain, I believe, on that run by Cam Pryor.
Well, we got the answer, and they run right into the heart of Valley View's defense, and big stuff right there by Riley McNamee. Now it's 4th and a long 3, possibly 4, and now I think you're going to have to see Harding Academy put it in the air.
Yeah, and this is a crucial play here. Harding Academy looking to get within scoring range to put their first points up on the board. Just over 9 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Valley View with the 27-point lead. So Ray in the gun, Miles to his left, one receiver to the right. Ray rolls out to his left. Wooten there misses the tackle. Thomas there. Blazers tackle him, and I believe he's going to be just short of the line to gain.
And just great pursuit by the Valley View defense. Ray makes the first guy miss, in the backfield. Cam Pryor gets a good block on the edge there. He gets around, but too much Valley View defense, too much from the linebackers there, and the safety coming down and making the stop. Now Valley View gets the ball back.
Blazers now get the ball back, which is what will be their first offensive possession here in the 2nd half. Heineman in the gun along with Wallace right behind him. He fakes the handoff to Wallace. That might have been a miscommunication as there was no one there as Heineman looked to hand it off, but Heineman gets up towards the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1 or so on 1st down.
Yeah, and it just looks like a little bit of miscommunication. Taylor looking like they're running counter back away from the strength of the formation. He hands left and Carter Wallace goes right. But luckily, Taylor gets ahead for at least a 1-yard gain, brings up 2nd and long.
So now King by himself to the right, Davis by himself to the left. Wallace now on Heineman's left hip. They fake the handoff. Heineman has some space, the outside edge. Nice juke move. Now he's across to the 40, escorted out of bounds at about the 42. There comes a flag. That might be an unnecessary roughness call on the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a late hit call. Just a little bit too far out of bounds when Taylor, runs out of bounds, and they're going to get an extra 15 on that one.
So he got the 1st down on the initial run. I believe this penalty is going to set him up inside Wildcat territory.
Great move by Taylor. He's running outside, puts his foot in the ground, cuts back inside, gets another 10 yards after that cut. Great job by Taylor getting upfield, getting the 1st down, and then getting the extra 15 with the late hit out of bounds.
So it is unnecessary roughness on the late hit. So referee will walk the ball. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 38-yard line. So Blazers will have it now inside Harding Academy territory. So now Heineman in the gun, Manning at the tight end spot. They're actually going to back him up now. I believe they had that one a little off. So now at the 42.
I could insert a joke here, but I won't. This is a formation that Valley View lines up in a lot. You may see them shift.
So now they're going to hand it off to Manning. Good block on the outside. Manning gets near the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. So good job by Manning. First time we've seen him get his hands on the football tonight.
Yeah, and just a great play call by Coach Marty Riley. That's a formation they get into a lot, shift out of it a lot of times, but that time they keep the formation the same, motion Levi in there, and he gets a big run.
So now Heineman still in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Wallace this time. Wallace has a little bit of a hole, but swallowed up quickly by Harding Academy, but about a 4-yard gain there on first down for the junior running back.
One person we should give big props to is Coach Adam Carter, the offensive line coach for Valley View. This offensive line has done a great job throughout the year, doing a good job tonight, running wide zone and controlling the line of scrimmage. When you're running the ball 90% of the time like they have tonight, you got to tip your hat to the offensive line and offensive line coach.
7.5 to go in the third. Heineman hands it off once again to Wallace. Wallace powers through for a couple of yards there on second down. Going to make it third and very manageable.
And, I like Coach Riley's philosophy here, going back to kind of what they did in the first half with heavy in the run game. You tackle on that penalty, and they're marching that. Now they're 3rd and 2. Keep the same personnel out there. So I think you're probably either going to see another Carter Wallace run right here, probably toward the strength of the formation. Counter back away.
And they do hand it off to Wallace. Wallace works his way forward near the 20-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. So slowly but surely, Blazers just chipping away and picking up a couple yards every play, and that's going to be a first down. You got to keep in mind that clock keeps winding down with Harding Academy still scoreless.
Yeah, and closer they get right here, just be prepared that if they score a touchdown here, they're going to go for 2 to try to get the 8 points needed to get to that 35, that magic number to get the clock running.
So now Heineman still with Wallace in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. He's going to throw it over to the right, jumping, leaping catch by Manning, gets maybe 2 or 3 there on first down.
And that's a pretty funny looking play there because Harding Academy plays it perfect. They've got defenders there in the passing lane, and Taylor just throws it over them. Levi goes up and gets it and gets a 2-yard gain.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Davis wide to the left. Manning at the tight end spot. King alone to the right. Wallace lined up behind Heineman. Heineman takes a snap, hands it off to Wallace. Wallace met in a hurry by Harding Academy, and that's number 10, Tanner Simmons, who we've seen had the interception and made a couple other nice defensive plays tonight.
Yeah, and that's just one of those plays where, they dialed the correct blitz. Valley View tries to run it inside the tackle right there, right into the strength of the defense. Harding Academy makes a big stop.
So Marty Riley sends in the play call to his quarterback, Taylor Heineman. Wallace still in the backfield, 3rd down and 8 for the View. Heineman takes a snap, looks to his left. He has a receiver, Davis, just out of the reach for Kamarion, so that's going to bring up 4th and long for Valley View.
And, not a bad throw. He leaves it inside for Kamarion, where only Kamarion can get it just a little bit too far out in front. Now they got a 4th and long.
So 4th and long, Blazers taking their time. Looks like same personnel that it's been on this drive.
Okay, you're back up.
So now Wallace once again in the backfield. Now 3 receivers to the right, Davis to the left. Heineman takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, has some room, rolls out to the right, and Harding is there to take him down. I believe that's number 17. Might be Connor Caruth there making the stop, turnover on downs.
Yeah, good protection by the offensive line, but late pressure from his, right, which he can see every bit of that. He does a good job of working up in the pocket and sprinting out. Looked like he had Parker King open on the sideline, didn't see him. Tries to, get the play, string it out toward the sideline for a receiver to come open. And, Harding Academy comes in there late for the stop.
Yeah, and Heineman a little frustrated here on this near sideline. Knew he could have taken off with his legs and could have been close to the first down. So right when we thought Valley View could have put this one way out of reach, Harding Academy takes over and they get another chance to put some points on the board. 5:13 remaining in the third quarter. Ray takes the snap, drops back, goes over the middle. He has his receiver, and that's Camden with the catch.
Yeah, another little curl flat concept, but they've ran a lot tonight. Camden right there inside gets a 9-yard gain. And now Harding Academy's going hurry up.
So Ray up tight to the line of scrimmage. He takes the snap, runs like what they call the tush push almost, but we'll see if they give him enough for the first down.
I don't by the signal of stopping the clock, I would say that he got enough for the first down.
And he did. So Harding Academy now has first down on their own 29-yard line. Ray
still in a hurry up.
Ray and Pryor in the backfield just like it's been all game. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Cruz Ray takes the snap, fakes the handoff. And that ball was deflected, I believe, by either Eli Thornton or Corey Gamble.
Great job by the Valley View defense. You know, one thing you teach your defensive linemen, if you can't get there, get your hands up. They try a little quick throw. Valley View defense gets their hands up, bats it down.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcat offense. Single receiver to either side of Cruz Ray. Pryor now on his right hip. Ray takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Pryor. Pryor tries to make one defender miss, but Corey Gamble there in a hurry to bring down Pryor, and it's going to be no gain on 2nd down, brings up 3rd and 10.
Well, you know, I've had the pleasure of watching Valley View several times this year, and one thing you're not going to do consistently is run the ball between the tackles against this Valley View defense. With that defensive line and the linebackers they have, very tough to run in there.
So 3rd and long now for Harding Academy. Similar formation to what they've been in all of the second half. Single receiver to each side. Different running back in the backfield. Ray drops back under pressure. He's going to go down for a sack, and that's a bunch of Blazers in the backfield, but leading the way is those two linebackers, Silas Thomas and Ryder Wooten.
Yeah, just a great job of getting pressure there. You know, don't leave out big man there. Big man, Ethan Thomas back there as well. All three guys putting a lot of pressure on Cruz Ray there. It's going to force them to probably punt the ball away here.
So Pryor does come into the game and gets in the backfield. So he's been their punter all night for the Wildcats. No one deep for the Blazers. We'll see if Jones or Finley backs up a little bit. They do not, but good punt by Pryor as that one lands inside the 40. Takes a little bit of a Wildcat bounce, and Harding Academy downs it at the 35. So decent field position now for Valley View in this offense, and their drive stalled just outside the red zone last possession.
Yeah, and they moved it well, did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, running the ball. I would think that Coach Riley is going to take a shot deep here soon with Kamarion Davis or Parker King.
So now Valley View makes their way onto the field for offense. Looks like Barrett Mallett in the game. Two receivers to his right. One of those is Wallace, and two to his left. He motions Wallace across the field, hands it off to Wallace. He sheds one tackle, makes his way towards the outside edge, and he's brought down by the Wildcat defender.
Yeah, and just a good job of making Carter Wallace run horizontal right there instead of being able to cut the ball upfield. And, Carter, little gimpy coming off the sideline there. Hopefully that's nothing major. Now they bring Barrett Mallett in. Look like they're going with 5 wide receivers here in the 2nd down.
So 4 of those 5 to Heinemann's right and Davis to the left. Heinemann gets the call from his offensive coordinator in the gun. Takes a snap. Looks to the left. That's Davis. Is pressured and fumble balls out, and Harding Academy falls on top of it. And I think that's going to be, and I do not have him on my roster. That was number 64 for Harding Academy.
Yeah, 64. If you look down, it looks like when they're at home, he's number 8, and away he's number 64. That is Riley Smith, a two-way player for them. He's a linebacker and an offensive lineman.
So Harding Academy gets the ball on a crucial turnover, and they've got great field position once again, which is what they've had multiple times tonight, but just not quite able to punch one into the end zone, and maybe this is a drive that they can do it.
Well, they've got their work cut out for them. They're 4 scores behind, but, luckily they force a turnover right there, get the recovery. Now let's see if they can put something together, get the ball in the end zone.
So one receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Ray takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Pryor. That one's going to fall short, incomplete. So it brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a lot of hands in the air. It's just a tough throw for Cruz Ray to make right there, getting it over those defensive linemen with their hands in the air.
So 2nd and 10 now for Cruz Ray and Harding Academy, as they have the ball just inside the Blazers' 40-yard line. As Ray sends 2 guys to his right and 2 to his left. Pryor still in the backfield. Cruz Ray takes the snap, looks over to his right. That's deflected off the hands of number 88, Angelo Camden, so it brings up now 3rd and 10.
One thing the Valley View defense has done a great job of tonight, when they see past the linebackers drop, and their drops in that low zone coverage make the windows very tight for Cruz Ray to try to fit them in, and that time it's a little bit behind Camden, and now it forces a 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 10 now for Cruz Ray. Tate Kemper joins them now in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ray drops back, a little bit of pressure. He's not going to get away from it, and I believe that is number 57, and that is Ethan Thomas making the play in the backfield for the sack once again for the Blazer defense.
And Ethan Thomas has been back there a few times tonight. That time he's getting his lone sack, and now it brings up a big 4th and 16 for Harding Academy. And again, when they've had great field position, they have not been able to take advantage of it. I really think, Tyson, this is the 5th time that they've started a drive in Valley View territory with 0 points to show for it tonight.
And 2 or 3 of those drives have ended up in turnovers forced by this Valley View defense. But Ray in the gun, 3 receivers in a bunch formation on the left, and Harding Academy is going to take a timeout. So we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout with them. Harding facing a crucial 4th down. You're watching high school football on the NEA Sports.
For 140 years, homeowners and DIYers have trusted Barton's for their home improvement needs. From small projects to remodels to building a home, our experts are here with the tools, knowledge, and advice to make your project a success. With 10 100% employee-owned locations across Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri, delivery, installation, and free design services, Barton's is your trusted partner for every project. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
At Glen Sane, we've spent over 70 years
Welcome back to the NEA Sports Network. Valley View leads Harding Academy 27-0. Harding Academy now with the ball on offense. Had great field position to start this one out. This drive anyways, but now it's 4th and about 17 for the Wildcats. 1 receiver to the right, bunch formation to the left. Gamble with the pressure. He's just going to throw this one up there. Nobody in the area. That's going to be incomplete. Turnover on down, so Valley View gets the ball back.
Just too much pressure there by Valley View for him to get anything downfield that he needed for the 1st down. Great job by Valley View defense. Bowing their back once again when Harding Academy gets in their territory, keeps them off the board once again.
Yeah, and the Blazers have done a great job of moving the ball all night to get those 27 points on the board, but just like you said, that defense has really done a great job of holding their ground, especially inside their own territory. But now we'll see Barrett Mallett in the game. 1 receiver to the left. Bunch of guys on the right near the line of scrimmage. Harding Academy crowds the box. Mallett rolls to his right. Couple of good blocks there as Mallett crosses midfield. He's going to fall forward to about the 47-yard line. So good gain there on 1st down by the sophomore quarterback Barrett Mallett.
Yeah, just some smoke and mirrors right there, running Parker King in motion, then running outside zone away with the quarterback. Nice 7-yard pickup by Barrett Mallett.
This makes it about 2nd and 3 for Valley View. About 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Mallett takes the snap from the gun, sends King in motion. There's a jump at the line of scrimmage, and I believe that's going to be offsides on the Wildcats.
Yeah, definitely got them to jump there, and that'll give Valley View a first down. Hey, here's some scores from around the area. Right now, Rivercrest is leading Newport in the third quarter, 34-22. Jonesboro leads Sheridan 28-18 in the third quarter. And in the 5A East, Nettleton and Brooklyn are tied 21 all with 1 minute to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and both of those teams always have a good time competing with both of these teams we have here tonight. Always a fun matchup between Valley View and Nettleton in that crosstown rivalry. But Mallet in the backfield motions Wallace to join them there as well. So Mallet takes the snap, hands it off to Wallace. Wallace turns his legs forward, breaks a couple of tackles, gets about to the 40-yard line. So another positive gain there on first down.
You know, Harding Academy's done a better job of you know, kind of containing the Valley View offense here in the second half. So the halftime adjustments have worked out well for Coach Ashley Henley.
And the Blazers not in any hurry to run another play, so we head to the fourth quarter as Valley View leads 27-0. We'll take a break before the final quarter of Friday Night Football on the NEA Sports Network.
Ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, two of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Welcome back to the NEA Sports Network. Valley View leads Harding Academy 27-0 as Valley View now has the ball inside their opponent's territory. Three receivers to Mallett's left, one to his right. Mallett takes the snap, throws it over to Parker King. Parker King tries to spin move out of a tackle. Simmons there, and they're going to bring him down near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's, you know, one thing we haven't seen a lot of from Barrett Mallett, you know, this season is throwing the ball. You know, as he works and gets older, just being a sophomore, you know, he could really be a dynamic, you know, really change the pace for Valley View, being a running quarterback primarily with the threat of the pass, where Taylor Heineman is a good passing quarterback that has the ability to run. So you kind of got that 1-2 punch at quarterback.
So Mallett takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Wallace. He has some room down the far side of the field. Mallett across the 30, just outside of the 25, brought down, but plenty for the first down.
Yeah, and just another, you know, fake the jet sweep. Barrett keeps it around the other end. Big 11-yard gain for Barrett Mallett, and he's come in. He's proved a weapon tonight.
So now Mallett still in the game at quarterback as Heineman remains over here on the near sideline. Mallett sends three receivers to his right, one of them Carter Wallace, Davis to the left. So Mallett keeps it himself, gets forward for 1, maybe 2 yards there on first down.
Yeah, and I think they blew the whistle after about a 2-yard gain and didn't get that final fall forward for Barrett Mallett, but gives Valley View a 2nd and 8 coming up here, and they're keeping Barrett Mallett out there.
So it looks like Wallace and King will shift over to the left side of that Blazer offense, and that keeps senior Austin Berry over here to the right. So Mallett gets back in the shotgun. Wallace and King in the stack to the left. Lonesome receiver to the right. They're going to send King in motion, fake the handoff. Mallett keeps it again. Sheds one tackle, and there's Pryor there in a hurry to corral up Mallett, and minimal gain there on second down.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up 3rd and long, and you know, you're in 2-down territory, so you don't have to force the ball into the air. You know, what you would normally consider a passing down. Now they can still work the run and work 2 plays here to get the first down.
Yeah, and Blazers keep using every bit of the play clock here as we're just under 10 minutes to go here in this one. So Mallett still in that quarterback, same formation as the Blazers had on second down, I believe. They're going to call a timeout, and that's what Coach Cockrell does. So we'll take a quick timeout with them as the Blazers lead this one in the fourth, 27-0. You're watching a 5A East Conference matchup on the NEA Sports Network.
When you ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, two of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.